Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Hope this video finds you well. Today my topic or the scenario for the Wazuh is using password authentication. We will enroll our every agent using a secure password that will be embedded in our Wazuh server that will make our Wazuh manager Wazuh server a secure server. Neither of the agent cannot be registered or be installed without that use of password. So today we are going to perform this scenario using password authentication for the installation or the registrations of the Wazuh agents. You simply have to type on the browser Wazuh agent register authentication. So the first URL you will see will be used by us. The method requires a password during the enrollment process to ensure that agent enrolled with the Wazuh manager are authenticated. As I told you earlier, below you find the steps on how to configure password authentication into different endpoint agents. So these are some prerequisites, some dependencies. Without these dependencies or the configuration, this process cannot be completed. So we are going to perform first these requirements or the dependencies before an agent can be enrolled to the Wazuh manager using password authentication method. The following must be done on the Wazuh manager. Enable the password authentication option by adding the configuration highlighted below to the below this tag section of the manager configuration file. So I am going to edit this configuration file. For that purpose, I have to access my Wazuh server using my root username and password, and I have to access my Wazuh server using CLI. So I have to find this tag authentication, and what will be the guidance for us here. We have to add this configuration highlighted below to this section of the manager configuration file. So the script is already available, we just have to enable it by using the yes keyword. After that, set a password to be used with agent enrollment. This can be achieved in two ways. We can implement this configuration by two ways, but the recommended is this first one, setting your own password. This is done by creating the file this on the manager with your password, and replace custom password with your chosen agent enrollment password and run the following command. So I am going to do that, and I am going to change this password like agent enroll, and this is the password, and let's just copy this, and we are going to save it for the later use, and let's check and enter. Now if you want to see that this configuration file is created or not, you can go to this path and ls, then let's see if we have, yeah, the file has been created here as guided. Now we have to change the authorized d.pass file permission and ownership. So we are going to run these command. Wait, I have to go back to the root directory, and then I am going to run these commands. Okay, done. Now restart the Wazuh server for the change to take effect. So we are going to restart the Wazuh manager service to take these changes effect. Until the Wazuh manager get restarted, I am going to brief about the second way a little bit, allowing the enrollment service to set a random password. A new random password is generated each time the Wazuh manager service is restarted. Restart the manager so the enrollment service generate a random password. The password is stored in this configuration file. For that purpose, you have to restart the Wazuh manager, and every time whenever Wazuh manager get restarted, you can access that enrollment password by entering this command. Okay, we have a note a bit here. In the case where the deployment architecture is using a multi-node cluster, currently I am implementing this scenario on the single base Wazuh single node Wazuh server. And if you are doing on the multi-node cluster, ensure that password authorization is enabled on each manager node. So we have to enable this authorization configuration on the multi-node. If we are working on the multi-node Wazuh cluster, on the each node Wazuh manager is installed, then we have to perform these steps on both of the nodes. This prevents unauthorized agent enrollment through an unsecure manager node. If you done on a single node, the second node agent will be installed without using any kind of password, so the purpose for the secure scenario is omitted. Once the above prerequisites are fulfilled, agent enrollment can be done using the steps corresponding to the OS running on endpoints with the agent installed. So I am going to do with the Windows endpoint. The following steps serve as guide on how to enroll a Wazuh endpoint with password authentication. Our Wazuh Manager service has been started and it is active and running. The Wazuh agent installation directory depends upon the architecture of the host. These are the two scenarios. Launch PowerShell as an administrator and create a file called authentication.password and save the password to it. Note that you have to replace the password with agent enrollment password created on the manager. Add the Wazuh manager IP address or the DNS name section for or add this configuration file, and then you have to run this command. So I don't have installed any agent on the endpoint. To follow these instructions, we have to install the agent on any of the Windows host. Okay, we have access to our Wazuh GUI, and let's install the agent first. I am going to install Wazuh Agent on the Windows, and this is the server IP. Okay, Windows, and we are going to select the default, and the password will be entered here, as we are going to install the Wazuh agent for the first time. So we have the password already in this configuration file, so I am just going to copy this configuration. So the command to install the agent. Now we have to open the PowerShell and run it as the administrator, and paste this command and press enter. And the operation done successful. The Wazuh service was started successfully. Okay, let's see if we have any of the agent installed or not. It will take a bit time to change the status to pending and then to the active status. Currently it is disconnected. Right, our agent is currently in the active status. It is now Wazuh server is showing that our agent is active and running. We will receive the logs for the agent as well. So for the part, if you are implementing this using password authentication later, if you have installed earlier Wazuh agent, so you simply have to follow these steps. You have to launch PowerShell as an administrator and paste the password here and run this command on the PowerShell. Then you have to edit this configuration file, which will be available at this location on your Windows operating system, and then you have to start the this service, Wazuh agent service, and then Wazuh server will again start receiving the logs from the agent. Hope you guys understood the scenario and configuration very well. Please like and subscribe my channel and share with your friends, colleagues and students. Please support me and my channel. Until then, goodbye.